The question, what is consciousness, is not as basic as it sounds, and it's a much contested area. But I would like to have affirmative action for the ground floor of consciousness, qualia. These are sensations, feelings of warmth, feelings of cold, sense of brightness, and so on and so forth. This is the ground floor of consciousness that many philosophers of consciousness try to ignore or to eliminate, because it is the most difficult part of consciousness actually to assimilate into a materialist world picture, into the idea that consciousness is due to brain activity. But that's just the ground floor. There are many other of the aspects of consciousness, particularly in human consciousness, and obviously beliefs, memories, thoughts, and so on, as well as emotions. All of these are aspects of consciousness. But the important bit that you mustn't, as it were, lose is the ground floor, the basic stuff, the qualia. But this I that I am is an absolutely fundamental intuition. It isn't something that is reducible to anything else. That I am, and that I am this person currently talking, this body from which I'm talking, is something that I cannot, without self-refutation, deny. But my speaking here today is part of a biography which makes sense to me, which I have a large part in bringing about. I wouldn't be here today if what I was doing didn't make sense in terms of my larger biography. In fact, my simply being here talking to you draws on the four quarters of my consciousness. My long-standing interests, my projects, my particular interest in philosophy and so on, all of those things are drawn upon in this minute. This moment in which we're talking together wouldn't make any kind of sense if it wasn't drawing upon the sense of I that has both temporal depth and extraordinary extension at any particular time.
If I would agree with everything you said, what would that mean about this I?
Well, it wouldn't mean that the I is a thing. Not for a moment do I think that the I is a kind of thing, nor do I think it's a persistent reiteration of something like I think that Kant spoke about. The I is rather, as I've indicated it, as something that has temporal depth, that is inseparable from its biography and from the world which makes sense to it and to which it makes sense.